on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
Okay, hello, hi, testing, testing, okay, I think the audio's okay. So, I'm back, and yeah, today, we're gonna finish up the Archon Quest with Furina and we left off with them talking. I think just gonna let it, because like I exited pretty Yeah, I exited the quest like pretty abruptly while it was still going, so I think they're gonna like play out some of the previous parts first. So I'm just gonna let that play out while I tell you guys what's been going on. Yeah, so unfortunately I didn't get to stream on Friday or I guess Thursday, depending on where you are, because, well, yeah, there's a reason why I only stream during the weekends and like Monday for me, because like every other day I'm just like swamped with stuff, and yeah, I was swamped on that day, so I didn't really have time to stream at all. And then on Saturday or well, Friday, depending on where you are, I had to. Hold on, let's see if if they're gonna show us anything new. Okay. Alright, so while I let this play out, I'll just keep talking. So yeah, I had, yeah, on Saturday, I had to, okay, I don't think you guys can hear, I keeping them on mute. So anyway, yeah, on Saturday, I had to go to my cousin's, like, engagement ceremony, I guess is what you call it. I don't know if there's any equivalent in like the West, but Red Air Force like said it could be like a bachelor's party. Yeah, I guess it's like a bachelor's party, but instead of like the two, like bride to be and groom to be being um like having separate parties, it's like just one party, and it was nice. It was cute to see, like my cousin, like we're just a year apart, so we grew up together until we were like teenagers, and like my family had to move to a different state, so yeah, it was nice to see him like all grown up with a fiance now. It was so cute to see, but also it made me realize that I don't think I'll be able to do that. This looks like too much work just for getting married. Just before getting, they're not married yet, even like just for getting engaged. This just looks like too much work. So I don't think I'd ever be able to do something like this. Still, I'm happy for him. Uh, yes, and also something else happened that really bummed me out. My phone broke. It just one day, like on the day I was supposed to stream this, it just decided, nope, not gonna do this anymore, and just died. Well, it's not really dead, it's still working. Like it's still, I'm pretty sure it's working just the same. It's just that I can't see it. The display, it's all black and sometimes it flashes green. Like I could still press things. Like I know if I press it a certain way, I can turn on the camera. I can turn on the like the keypad for calling people and stuff. But I cannot see anything. Nothing is displayed there. And from what, like I've asked around, and apparently it's gonna be like a lot cheaper to just get a new phone rather than getting it fixed. I do want it fixed because like there's some stuff on that phone that I want to keep. I do have an SD card, but not everything is saved on the SD card, so I want to like get the phone fixed someday. But it's not gonna be anytime soon. Yeah. So about that phone, it's a Samsung Galaxy 9. I've had it since like 2018, 2017, like that. Like it's pre-pandemic, so these days that phone would be considered old, like really old. And like, to put it in perspective, the current like latest Samsung Galaxy phone is S23. My phone is in Samsung Galaxy 9. So yeah, it's 14 generations old. And I did take good care of it. It's like, I think this is like the first major set uh not setback, what do you call it? Major problem, major issue I've had with the phone. I like that phone. I love that phone. And now it's gone. Yeah, so but it's also made me realize like maybe I do want to take this streaming thing seriously, because like if I'm gonna be doing something three times a week, I might as well just, make money out of it. Because if I had the money now, I could just get the phone fixed. I don't want to get a new phone. I like the one I have. So yeah, I think I'll try editing a video for this YouTube channel, see what how it happens and stuff, and hopefully maybe I could get monetized from views or from subscriptions and stuff. Hopefully, maybe. At the very least, my most immediate goal is to make enough money from this to get my phone fixed. Even if I do end up getting a new phone, I still want to get this phone fixed, because like I said, I love it, and I still have some stuff in it that I want, because I couldn't like transfer it through the laptop because it's it needs permission from the phone to, transfer anything. And I can't really press the button to grant the permission because I can't see anything. Nothing's displayed on the screen. Also, like, I can't really turn on my access my what am I thinking of? I can't access certain like Gmail accounts, like certain Google accounts, because like I said, I need the phone. It needs two-step verification to let me get to my email and stuff. And I can't do that because I can't see what's displayed. I can't see how it's asking for permission. You know how Google like says, "Okay, this is the number, just press this number on your phone." And I can't see where the number is. So yeah, that's basically all that's happened to me. I went to an engagement ceremony, and then I no, my phone broke, and then I went to an engagement ceremony. So yeah, that's basically all that's happened with me. So I hope you guys have been doing a little bit better than me. I hope you guys still have working phones and stuff. So anyway, let's get back to Genshin. Yeah, so this is the
It's
part.
been 500 years.
Yeah, this is the part where we find out that there are two fossil doors, basically. Like, with Furina, it's basically like inside of me there are two wolves. One is Fossilor, the Archon, and one is Furina, the person who wants to be a human.
And all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Yeah, so basically, this whole time Furina has been, or at least I don't think Furina is fully aware of what's going on, but Fossilor has basically made Furina pretend to be a fool so that they could somehow like trick the prophecy into thinking that it's come true without actually coming true. I mean, without actually sacrificing any of their people. I'm still not sure exactly how they're gonna do that, but looks like we're gonna find out here. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with Neuvillette. Like, I'm sure Neuvillette plays like a big part in whatever Fossilor has planned. I still can't get over the fact that they won't let Lumine speak here. Like, there's not even a dialogue option, quote unquote, here. Like, there's nothing for us to click, so they could just make Lumine say all this with her voice actor. Okay, yeah, we're here. in Furina's inner world, and now we need to talk to the human Furina.
Let's play.
While Neuvillette is speaking to the Archon Focalor. You know what? We'll talk to him as Archon to Archon. Furina, hello. How are you?
Oh, who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand your admiration for my august self, but I must ask you to keep to the rules.
Also, sorry if my voice is like a little weird. I have no idea what's going on. Hey, Red Air Force. Hello. Yeah, so I just got back from my cousin's engagement ceremony. Also, my phone's destroyed. My phone is no longer working, so that's bummed me out. Anyway, I hope your weekend was better. Also, sorry I didn't stream when I said I was gonna stream on Friday or Thursday, depending on where you are. Because, well, a lot of stuff happened. I'm swamped. I am constantly swamped with stuff to do. I think on that day, like, I had to go in and out of my house like 4 times. I had to go like run errands and like basically play taxi for other people. So yeah, I have been waiting to finish this quest. I've been waiting to be able to play Genshin and just like relax and not think of anything else. So here we are. We are gonna finish this. If it's the last thing I do.
All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Just be off with you. Do not distract me from my performance.
I think that little dialogue thingy that came up here was supposed to be Furina's thoughts. Also, yeah, so I'm gonna finish 4.2 today, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do Star Rails 1.5. Yeah, so I've been looking forward to playing that too, because like I saw that it's about, I haven't looked at the trailer, but I saw that it's about like we're gonna be ghost hunting, and I love stories that are like ghost hunting-esque. Something like Mondao Zushi. In English, it's Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. It has like a ghost hunting-esque plot, and I really, really like that. So I want to see if Star Rail does something similar to that too.
Oh, do not jest. Can you not feel it?
Okay, so these are Furina's thoughts, I'm pretty sure.
I am Focalor. The eyes of countless Fontanians are upon me. I must, at all times, display the utmost elegance and nobility.
So if this is really just like a mask that she's putting up, I wonder what her like real personality is like. Like maybe the real Furina is a little more timid, but also no, I can't see her as timid or shy, but maybe the real Furina is not as bombastic. It's not bombastic. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's maybe the real Furina is less sassy, I guess. No, she's not exactly sassy either. Damn it, Lumine, just speak! I think you're just making Furina awkward at this point, just staring at her silently. Okay, turn off the spotlights. As you wish.
Dear audience, the
I-
performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry
Let
not.
me...
The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
No, I'm doing your Archon a favor.
Okay, here we go.
As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
The night is cold.
Still, it's interesting that in Furina's like inner world, she doesn't have actual people. Like, there's no one in the audience. I don't think Neuvillette is even like up here where he's supposed to be. Oh, can't go through. Cool. Yeah, so she doesn't have actual people. She has Gardamex.
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait,
Girl,
where
what
are the
audience?
Guards!
I'm doing this for your own good, Furina.
Or retribution!
My guiding stars!
One with nature.
Brace yourselves!
Okay, so is the last one gonna be a guarded mech too? No? Okay, Red Air Force, bye bye. I hope your kids have been doing. I hope your babies have been doing well. See you soon. Signal. Ticket. A ticket to the Astral Express. No. Are we gonna meet Fossilor now? Oh. Ooh. You know... Oh! Now what? She looks so pretty. Yeah, that's, I haven't seen her trailer yet, but apparently she can switch between, like, Usia and, Numa. And when she switches, the color of her outfit changes too. So yeah, I think that's a cool thing, a cool aspect to her character. Oh, okay. Red Air Force, welcome back.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
I think she and Fossilor have the same voice actor. And if it is, like, they sound different enough for me to, that makes it believable that they are, like, two different personalities. Like, good job, Furina's voice actress. I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Be not nervous. Be not afraid. I am before you.
Hello.
Wait a moment. You're mirror me? How can this be?
And why is she taller than you?
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Yeah, her two eyes could also be, like, showing, not just a difference in personality, but a difference in, like, her power, like, you know, how she switches between Numa and Usia. So it's like a hint that she can use two different alignments. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, Furina is like, amongst the Archons, I think Furina's personality is definitely, like, really, like, I think personality-wise, she has the best, out of all the current Archons that we have so far. Because, like, Zhongli why can't I think? Zhongli and Raiden, like, they have the, you know, not suddenly, they have the, like, suddenly, like, they're, oh my god, I can't think. They're suffering in silence, kind of. Yeah, they have that kind of suffering in silence personality. So, like, yeah, and, you know, it makes sense. They lost a lot of friends, and they're both really, old gods. And then Venti also has the suffering in silence. Instead of suffering in silence, Venti is drowning in alcohol. So, we can see that those three, at least, the first three Archons, they have, like, a personality where you can see that the Archon wars and stuff, like, really weigh heavily on them. And then we got a new, like, different version in, different kind of Archon in Nahida, where her main thing is not that she's, you know, fought in a war, it's that she was just, like, trapped, somewhere for, locked up for 500 years. And her personality is, different from the rest too, but you can tell that she really is more like Archon. Like with Furina, she doesn't feel like an Archon, and I think that's a great, yeah. Then I think that's a great aspect to her. I like how Mihoyo was like really trying different things and stuff. Yeah, this isn't really about Furina's. Furina's main thing isn't really her past. It's the fact that she has to put up fake personality, that she has to put up a show. I like that Mihoyo, that Hoyoverse made this her main aspect.
Mirror me. What do you wish to say?
So I guess this does confirm that Farina like didn't really have an idea of what Focalor was cooking up.
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
I'm pretty sure that's all she's been thinking about.
What prophecy? Wait. I know. I think. I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow.
Also, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I prefer Farina's character design over Focalor's. Like Focalor's, it looks cute.
People will all
She does
be
look like a
dissolved
proper
to the
god, but
waters,
you know,
and
Farina's
only the Hydro
design
Archon
is a little
will
more
remain,
fun.
weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Yeah, Farina's Focalor, the lady in the mirror, she does sound a lot different from Farina. So I'm wondering if they are the same voice actress. And if they have the same voice actress, then yeah, kudos to her. She's doing a great job so far.
Oh, very good.
Also,
You know it
Focalor isn't
well.
wearing shoes. I guess she doesn't have to, but still.
What's
Put on shoes,
going
Focalor.
on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it really come to pass?
Yes, Focalor, that's the mirror of Farina. She is the Archon. Technically, she's the personality that's that knows that she's an Archon and like her power and stuff. And Farina is just the part of her that wants to be human.
Yes.
Focalor, cover your feet.
And that is
No.
why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later. Things will develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them. Will I dissolve too?
You know what? I think she will dissolve, even if she is an Archon, because like we saw proof that the water does have an effect on her. Oh,
don't
guess not.
worry. Magical meetings exist in this world precisely to give people a chance to turn things around. It is the reason why you met me today. I will tell you how to save everyone, but you may have to suffer somewhat.
Okay, so I think that Focalor's plan really is like to sacrifice maybe her Gnosis to save her people. I wonder if that happens, if we lose her personality too, because like, yeah, if she doesn't have the Gnosis, then she's not the Archon anymore, technically, right? Like Zhongli. Zhongli just retired. Why do you have to die? Yeah, I wonder how different things would be if, like, Focalor is the prime, like the prime personality, while Farina is the hidden Archon. I'm sure there's a fanfic of that somewhere.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness, you frightened me. You spoke so much and with so much certainty. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that the first thing that came to mind was, why do I have to be the one to suffer?
Yeah, I hope they don't get rid of her, because like the other characters that we have with like a split personality, quote unquote, like Raiden and Layla, they don't really like get to show off their split personality all that much. Like even in quests and stuff, it's not really like the main thing. So like I'm hoping that if they do keep Focalor, they keep that like this as a main aspect of Farina. Like sometimes she'll act like Focalor and sometimes she'll act like Farina.
But if the prophecy will come true, I'll also die anyway, right? So if I've already met you as my magical meeting in this world.
Also, it would be interesting to see how like they can live together after this. Like will they just be like two separate people in one body? Will they be able to talk to each other often? Or will they like switch up personalities every time they talk to someone, so it will be like we're talking to two people at once? That would be so
There
cool.
were scales. with all the people of Fontaine on one side and my pain on the other. Is it not obvious where the scales should tilt?
I'm guessing that's the logic behind what Farina and Fossilor have been doing these 500 years then?
You truly are the perfect human. My ideal.
Maybe that's the I don't have Farina right now, so I can't really show you her gameplay, but she does switch from like black Farina to white Farina, so maybe that's her switching places with Fossilor. Maybe like the black Farina with the one that heals is Fossilor, and the white Farina, the one that attacks, is the Farina that we've known so far. Actually, yeah, that would be a good thing. Like the way Hoyoverse like put that gameplay aspect into the character, like to show that they are two different people that just share the same body. They do have two different like powers and stuff. That is so cool, actually.
I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role. That of the new Archon.
Oh, so is this like 500 years ago? This is how Farina like separated personalities with Fossilor then?
Play as a god?
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect your identity.
Yeah, in her gameplay, she does change, change colors and appearances too. Like
If
her
you can
hair
keep it up,
right now is
then
short,
I shall have my
and when
way
she
of
changes
defying
into
this
her white
prophecy.
appearance, her hair
But
becomes long like
should
Fossilor's.
your identity be revealed, then all hope will be lost.
Okay, so this was their plan to, like, trick Celestia, I guess, into thinking that the prophecy did come true.
But how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being exposed.
I mean, you're not a human, technically. You do have a god in you.
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. You simply need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be.
I don't think you were emanating the right kind of god then, Farina. So, you were fun as a god.
Being a human yourself, I'm sure you already know what such an entity would be like.
You know what? Yeah, I don't think, like, she's much taller. I think they're the same height. It's just that the mirror is making it look like Fossilor's is taller. But it would be funny if it turns, in the gameplay, every time she turns into Fossilor, she just gains, like, 3 inches. Yeah, she does look so, like, a lot more elegant and regal than Farina. Still, I prefer, like, Farina's outfit. I think it's more fun. But Fossilor, she does look really, really good.
Remember,
Hoyoverse
your
really
true
does put in
challenge
more
will not be
effort for
pursuing
their
divinity,
archons.
but contending against humanity.
Okay.
I'm still not sure I understand, but I'll try. I'll try to do this. So, how long am I going to have to play this role?
Yeah, right. They had no idea when exactly the prophecy was gonna come
To
true, right?
accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the stage for many, many years. You will endure and not grow old until your task ends.
I mean, at least she has Neuvillette with her. At least she didn't have to, like, lose friends the way Zhongli, Raiden, and Venti did. Kind of.
But
Nahida
I
also didn't
promise
lose
you,
friends because she was locked up for
all
500
will
years. She didn't have any
eventually
friends.
end in a magnificent and dramatic trial, and everyone will be saved.
A trial, huh? How exciting. I'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah, Hoyoverse has a way of making their archons look really, really hot. Raiden, with her sword booba, no explanations necessary. Venti, top tier femboy. Like amazing design. And Zhongli, of course, with the voice and with that osmanthus wine stuff, like he just looks so hot despite being broke as hell. He is really really hot. And Nahida, of course, to me she is baby, but I'm sure there are some people who think of her as otherwise. And Furina, like Focalor, she does look awesome. Like both versions, she looks so good. Focalor looks so hot. Definitely. Yeah, so now she looks different. See, her pants and stuff are white, her hair is long again. There's still no one else here, huh? Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to see if... Like, what happened to Lumine? Where's the Traveler? She was just here. Jump! Climb! Cannot! Yeah, the people who draw sus fan art of Nahida, they need to be on a watch list. They don't need to be sent to jail or anything. Just, they need to be watched carefully at all times.
What should I say to most appear like a god? To be honest, I still don't know. Perhaps I should first try to act natural.
Natural?
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the Opera Epiclese.
I wonder if she really was just like this when she first became a god. Which, yeah, it's interesting to see, because, she's basically taken up a new job, and everyone's kind of awkward on their first day, yeah?
I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, I am Verena de Fontaine, your new Archon.
So they had the opera even before Farina became a god. What was her name? I think Ageria had the opera created before she died.
In truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will be my honor to guide you all. As the god Focalor, the god of justice, I shall do all within my power to lead you into an age of fairness and justice.
I wonder how they chose their Archon names. Like, Focalor, Barbados, Okay, so Zhongli, Venti, and also Raiden, I can see those names being their actual names, but Furina, she didn't choose the name Furina. She knows that she's Furina. It's just that she's also now the god Focalor. So how did she choose that name, the Focalor? I know their god names aren't like hereditary. Like the previous Electro Archon was named Baal, and the Raiden we know now is Beelzebul. So it's not that they inherit the Archon names. So were their names given to them by Celestia then whenever they were chosen as the next Archon?
Once again, thank you all for coming. If you should have any questions or suggestions, please send them to the Maison Cardinalise. The future of Fontaine will require us to work together, after all.
So, wait, if Celestia chooses the name as soon as they choose the next Archon, how come they haven't chosen a new Geo Archon? Because, like, as far as they know, Zhongli is dead, right? They think that, everyone thinks that Rex Lapis died. So Celestia is just gonna leave the Geo Archon seat unattended? Do they not want Archons anymore? Is that why they haven't really done anything about Saritsa, like, collecting all of the Gnosis? They just don't care anymore?
Should do it. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine. Okay, and next.
Yeah, no one's here, so I'm guessing maybe this is just the way that she imagines the seats whenever she is talking to a crowd. Like this is like how some people say if you want to be less nervous, imagine everyone naked. Does Farina just imagine that no one's there? Is this just how she keeps her cool and stuff?
That's the new
Oh?
Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more assertive.
So she just acts that way because the way she acted before this, like people weren't satisfied with it.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Honestly, I hope that they make Paimon the main big bad at the end, because that would be a little more like gut-wrenching, because we've been with Paimon this whole time. But also, like, it would make sense. No one knows what she is, and no one seems to like give her a second look. Even though there's no other being like Paimon, they're just like, oh, floating fairy child. Okay, like they don't care that she's there. Did she put a spell on people not to give her a second thought or something? Is that why there's no other being like her? She's just hypnotized all of Tibet to make them think that she's normal?
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the difference between her and an ordinary person, then?
What's the difference between you and an ordinary person?
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be a Maison-backed puppet.
Maison? So they had a different kind of government before this? I'm guessing this was before Nervillet came to Fontaine, because like we haven't seen him yet here.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake? Oh, this is bad. If I get exposed here, there'll be no saving the people from the prophecy.
Also, Farina, I think you're being a little bit gullible. All Focalors said was the only way you can save Fontaine is by acting like a god. But she never told you what her actual plan was. You're just gonna do what she says? You gullible little girl.
Right. Mirmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Calm down, Farina. Think. What do the people want? How would they imagine a god to speak and act?
It's okay, Farina. Don't listen to them. They have no right to bully you.
Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One who can dispel all doubt. That is the character I'm fated to play.
So you decide to play as Aqua from Konosuba? That's the water goddess you chose to emulate? Really? Rina? Why isn't anything happening?
Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule.
So do they change their opinions after
Now,
this?
I was
Is this really what
wondering
Fontaine
if
wants?
some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this opera house, would the children of Fontaine follow them? Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous trials alongside my august self, here in this opera house. You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts.
Door
I
gift?
thought it was a debut that suited the atmosphere.
What's a door gift? Is that like a Western thing? I've never heard of it.
Now then, let us be reintroduced.
Ah, so that was just a performance.
Eureka
How
moment
could I have forgotten that we were inside an
audience
opera
member.
house?
They don't even give them names. It's just Eureka moment audience member.
Her personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful. Our future may yet be bright after all.
So really, Fontainians just wanted a drama queen as their god? That's all?
It seems
That was
I've
enough to
turned them
satisfy
around.
them?
Best follow follow this flow and restart my accession speech. My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor for justice.
I wonder if Morada had to make a speech like this. Okay, Venti and Zhongli didn't have to make a speech. Nahida, everyone knows that everyone thinks of her as the only Dendro Archon now. And Raiden, okay, people didn't even know that they're a different god. So yeah, Furina's the first Archon we've seen who actually had to acknowledge to her people that she is the new god now. This isn't... Yeah, I wonder if the other two, like the Sritsa and Morada, had to do something like this too. Like if they had a whole ceremony and stuff, like to announce themselves as the new Archons.
We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, I say that justice is most fragrant when it blooms amid sin.
I mean, the god we have right now is kind of a drama king or queen, I guess. Like, you get sent to hell for every little sin, really? It's kind of overdramatic, don't you think?
The
Turn up the
scales
drama.
of
Go,
justice
Furina.
should not weigh heavy in the hands of its god. On one side, it must carry fairness and justice. And on the other, praise and applause.
So this is how their justice system, like their court, basically got turned into an opera.
May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us light the fires and drink to the future of Fontaine.
End the speech
There
empathetically.
is no trouble in this
Empathetically?
world that justice cannot solve. All that is needed is for you, my people, to believe in it, heart and soul.
I wonder how she managed the first 100 years without Neuvillette. Did she just go, like, take the drama up to 11 and just go with it? Everyone just went with it?
I, the Archon Fosalor, stand within the Opera Epiclese. So long as I stand before the oratrice, I shall even judge the gods of this world!
Honestly, I'd love to see it. Bring Venti to court. Bring Raiden to court, actually. She started a war in her own nation. Yeah, bring Raiden to court. She started a war in her own nation and basically hasn't even said sorry for it. And Fosalor has just been watching from the sidelines, just letting Furina act as she pleased. Bed? Can I sit? Nope. Is this supposed to show Furina's house, maybe? What is this? So yeah, it really has become a play with sets and props and stuff. Or is this where she meets Neuvillette?
Lady Furina, here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
Okay, so she had to act as a judge before Neuvillette came. So all of the cases came to her.
Come now, was I not just at the Opera House in person? Leave these kinds of things to Neuvillette.
Okay, no, so she already has met Neuvillette at this point.
Besides, none of these trials were the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
Okay.
If I may be so impertinent, what kind of trial are you truly looking forward to?
A dramatic kind. One with twists and turns.
A magnificent,
dramatic
and
one.
wondrous trial. A trial to end all things. How could you hope to understand?
That's true. I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, Lady Archon.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now, do your duties. The trial I await. It will come one day.
Yeah, so seeing this series of scenes, it really like I can't help but be amazed at Farina's voice actress. Like she has to act timid and unsure. She has to act like Farina, and also like she changes her voice for Focalor. It's so amazing what like actual trained voice actors can do rather than like celebrity voice actors. Because as much as I like Chris Pratt as an actor, I can't imagine him being able to like change his voice like this when playing as Mario.
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say.
Alright, Red Force, come back
See
soon.
me?
Oh?
No need to thank me. Or rather, thank your own sense of perseverance instead. Long have you stood in line to meet me, have you not?
So she does meet and greets?
Oh, I'm afraid that's just an inevitable consequence of my divine charm. All right, Deoteria, is it? How is your son's illness?
Ah, so she's gonna ask Farina to heal her son?
You remembered me, and you knew of my family too. He is doing much better now.
Oh, okay.
In fact, he is far more of an ardent believer than I. He was the one who forced me to seek an audience with you, and to bring your words back to him.
Forced to? Okay. It's always nice to know that
Good.
you were
Very
forced to
good.
do something.
If this should happen again in the future, please do not hesitate to come and tell me. Going down to citizens' homes every so often, while not usual practice, should serve as a fine change of pace.
I'm surprised it never lets her do that. Unless she's like shown that she can handle going into strangers' houses and granting their wishes, I guess. But still, I'm surprised that Neverlet lets her just go to whoever's house and heal their son.
You're such a gentle and wise god. Thank you once again, on behalf of my son.
Okay, still interesting that we can't see anyone at all except for Farina. I wonder if there's gonna be a scene with Neverlet and we get to see Neverlet. Farina, don't just throw books on the ground.
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of, I'm afraid things still don't look good.
I see. It's as I thought then. As your god, I did already expect this, but I wanted to see how far your human wisdom would allow you to analyze it.
Of course, Farina, since it's all according to Keikaku.
All manner of signs
Keikakudori.
indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass. Forget it. That's not something you need to worry about right now.
I'm guessing that she's been looking into the prophecy. One, of course, to, protect her people, but also maybe because she's gotten tired of acting and she's wondering, like, when can she stop this? When will this be enough?
Well, as I understand it, the Fontaine Research Institute is also trying to find a way to counter the rising water levels.
Really? Have they found anything?
I'm afraid that they haven't found any effective solution thus far.
Oh, is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue has reached the realm of the gods, after all. Still, their spirit is praiseworthy.
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but it's interesting how Hoyoverse, usually defaults to giving their Archon, a separate... not a separate personality like Farina, but a separate, design to show whenever they're two different people. Like Farina and Focalor, A and Raiden, Nahida and Rukkhadevata, even Venti and his friend, they show that their Archon is actually, actually looks like someone else rather than them just being their own person. Farina looks like Focalor because she is Focalor in everything except personality and godhood. Raiden looks like her twin. Nahida looks like Rukkhadevata because that's how she was created. Zhongli actually is the only one so far that we haven't seen an alternate version of him. Yeah, so it's very interesting. It either means that Hoyoverse is lazy and thinking up of new designs, or they just saw that it worked really well once with Raiden or with Venti and his friend, and they just decided to go with it for the others too. Okay, now to bed, Furina. Sleep.
The day is finally over. I haven't had a moment to breathe this whole time.
Honestly, same. This is how I've been feeling like these past few weeks. Like, let me breathe, let me just rest.
But it's good to see that everything's getting on track. There are no longer any voices of suspicion. Maybe this is fine. I just need to keep going, and everyone will be saved.
Yeah, this is fine, she says, as the rest of the world burns around her.
Alright, Farina, don't think
Maybe
too
not
hard
burns,
about
as the
this.
rest of the world floods
Let me
around
rest.
her.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Okay, Opera House, Furina.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases, as well as a summary of the follow-up.
There'll be no need for that. I've seen them already. There's no need to go back over scenes I've witnessed in person before.
So I'm guessing Neverlet also has to do this, where he has to, like, look at the reports even though he was there for the trial. Do real people have to do this? That sounds, like, really tedious. Sounds annoying, actually.
Lady Farina, I've waited so long for this chance to see you in this manner.
Indeed, my dear, loyal citizen. This joyous moment is an honor for us both.
Oh, are they showing that she's getting tired of acting like this? Because, like, her... Yeah, her
Lady Farina, we're
design is
detecting significant
switching
hydrological anomalies
a
near
lot more
Poisson.
often this time.
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed should anything come up at the Institute.
Oh yeah, we haven't been to the Institute yet. At least I haven't. I haven't done any world quests
Don't think
about
I
it.
let anything slip today. I must show the people that there is nothing to worry about.
Okay, so she's acting like a parent where, you know, you don't want your kids to think that anything's wrong, but also you know that something's wrong and that you guys are gonna be fucked if you don't do something about it soon. Like maybe how a parent is, like they know that they're really struggling to make ends meet, but they don't want to show it to their kids because they don't want their kids to worry. So I'm guessing this is like how Farina feels. Maybe?
I just don't know when these days will end.
Yeah, this quest has been like really great so far. I like how Hoyoverse, like at least their main quests have been shown that they're getting better and better and better with every release. I'm hoping it doesn't like stagger, like somehow I'm hoping the Natlan story quest doesn't suddenly turn out bad just because maybe they they ran out of ideas or something. But also I hope that it does still turn out good, or at the very least not as bad as Inazuma, because yeah, comparing all of the Archon story quests, Inazuma is definitely like my least favorite.
I feel
Just as long as they don't get back to Inazuma level, I
Best to
will be
rest early
satisfied.
today too.
Yeah, Purina just as herself is also like a great aspect to like all of this. See, she's changing. Okay, so she just changes designs without having to change as Focalor. Okay, so maybe I was wrong about her gameplay then.
Lady Farina, it's like a dream being able to speak with you up close like this.
Yeah, at this point, I think most of the world's 8 billion population needs to touch grass. We all just need to take a break and look at grass and touch it and not think of Dendro whenever we see it.
I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Deoteria, almost 20 generations ago.
Yeah, they're not showing Farina's
And
face
what a fine
anymore.
family yours is indeed. It brings me great joy to meet such a faithful believer. A descendant of a line most ardent.
Yeah, they're not showing her face. She's losing it. They don't want us to see her losing it.
Surely you exaggerate, Lady Farina. My lady?
She's burning out.
What is it, good citizen?
Are you crying?
Really now? I didn't even notice.
Oh, she's all burnt out. No, Farina. Don't cry.
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god whose dominion is the waters, can I?
What is it with you hydro leaders and your need to cry? First Nubilette always crying and like basically flooding the fontaine, and now Farina, no.
No wonder. No wonder. A manifestation of your power, then. Oh, Archon, I am honored to have witnessed it. Honored indeed.
I like it how Foyerverse has finally decided to add like crying to the animation. Like from this, I can imagine like inside Farina's head, she's going, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together.
So interminable. So lonely. Just how much longer? Hundreds of years must have passed by now. Perhaps the show must go on for hundreds more.
If you're thinking of playing it, you just to get Farina and Focalor, you should do it now because I think their banner is gonna be over pretty soon, in like a week or so.
But it would hurt so much.
Honestly, for Genshin, I think it's better if you like play a lot later than most people, because like the later characters are definitely the more powerful ones. Neuvillette and Risey and Farina, like as they gave us like trials and stuff, and yeah, their gameplay is a lot of fun. They're like definitely really powerful.
Have I reached my limit? No. Perhaps I reached it long ago. Today I didn't even notice my own tears. I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. But would that not destroy all I've done so far?
Farina, no, don't cry. Yeah, the game is really long. Like there's so much to do in Genshin, but also they don't really force you to like keep up with everyone else. Like you can get the later characters without having to like unlock their quest and stuff. Except for Inazuma, I guess. If you want to get like materials for Inazuma characters, you need to unlock their quest first and unlock Inazuma as a country. But other than that, yeah, you can take your time. You can just play Genshin just to get the characters that you want.
I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries, but there's not even a sliver of hope that we might break the prophecy.
Honestly, Farina, you should have asked Focalor more questions. Like, what is your plan exactly? How does you acting as a god help her? You know, get more details, Farina.
I must maintain this act. It is the only way to save Fontaine. Please, mirror me. You have to succeed.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping that we get a crossover with Star Rail at some point. I know that the Honkai team and the Genshin team are like two separate entities and stuff, but it would be great if like maybe we at least get the Archons as playable characters in Star Rail, or at least the alternate versions of the Archons. So like Venti with his wings, Furina as Focalor, Rukadavata as, you know, older Nahida. the less suspicious Nahida. Also, it would be interesting to see how their like skills and stuff translates into Honkai Star Rail. And now we're in
Furina,
the boat.
You don't have to shoulder this burden alone.
Hey, Lumine speaking!
Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Yeah, keep talking, Lumine. And you stopped. No!
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone.
Actually, no, I don't think she could confide in anyone. Everyone else is either a Melazine who doesn't really understand what the big deal is, or a human that's gonna die soon anyway. And she can't tell Neuvillette because Neuvillette is a part of the plan. Like, the whole plan involves not telling Neuvillette what's going on. Yeah, Focalor in Genshin. I wonder what kind of skills she'd have. Would she just be a healer? Or would she have, like, really powerful water attacks? Like, also, what would her path be? There's no Hydro in Star Rail. Would she be... actually, I can imagine her as being Quantum, I guess.
Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
A witness? Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here.
Interesting how the Archons just let the Traveler be. Like, let Aether and Lumine do what they want to do. Is it because they know that Celestia's already, like, punished them for coming to Tevat? Or do they... do they really just think it's not a big deal that an alien is walking amongst them?
And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you?
Sure, Shakespeare.
If that's the case... She's right. I could confide in her, couldn't I?
Oh, yeah, she could be the preservation character, too. Yeah, instead of abundance, that would be... Yeah, her as preservation with Zhongli, that would be really cool to see.
But if things don't play out as expected, the people of Fontaine will be the ones to pay the price. No, Furina, you shouldn't be selfish.
Okay, so the differences in design. Yeah, we can see her hair's longer. She still has the same hat. I think the shoes are also the same. It's just her color palette is swapped. Like her pants and shirt and stuff. It's really interesting, like, even to see them somewhat side by side like this. It's so cool.
But what if it's really alright? Furina, you've worked so hard for so long. Surely it would be okay to put yourself first for once. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? To find someone in whom you can confide your frustrations and sorrows? Surely it could not hurt.
Even from the back, her character design looks so good. Like the pattern details and the ruffles and stuff.
If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, it might never come by again. Think about it long and hard.
She also has such great shoes. Why doesn't Focalor wear shoes?
No,
Farina?
I have nothing to say. I am Farina, the Archon of Fontaine. Everything will surely get better.
Yeah, she must be protected. I don't know what you mean take care of, but when I think of taking care of her, I mean like giving her a cookie and giving her a private room where she can just cry for like 5 minutes.
All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
I never noticed this octopus when we were actually there. Oh hey, Lumine's on stage now. Also, why is it just in a bucket? How and why is it blue? Hello.
Fine.
Lumine's speaking. So she only speaks when she's on stage. And it's over.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the full plan?
Yeah, Focalor, what's the big deal? You could at least give her some details. Yeah, Focalor would give her details, I would give her cookies. You would give her something else.
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly principles, you must first deceive yourself.
Is she insinuating that Celestia can read the Archon's minds?
She did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate.
God, her design is just so pretty! With this ombre stuff on her sleeves and on her dress. Ah!
It seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works. But that is only half the truth, is it not?
Actually, Celestia can read the Archon's, like, minds. I guess it would make sense why they haven't really done anything about Zhongli and just let him retire. Because they know that their Archon, that the Geo Archon is still around. So, like, they don't have to make a big deal out of choosing another Geo Archon or anything.
How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine? That is the most important thing.
Yes, hugs are the least that Farina deserves. Hugs are mandatory.
Ah, good, good. Of course, the Udex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue.
Glizzy is not as mandatory, but hugs are good.
I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
Yeah?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Linny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber.
Are you insinuating that you were in the Oratrice this whole time? And that voice that Linny heard was yours?
It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along. Am I right?
So she has been, like, doing her godly duties and stuff.
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it?
Okay, so Focalor was in the Gnosis this whole time?
Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth.
Okay, maybe not. Ah, even from the side, she looks so good!
In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill the god of justice.
Oh, so this is supposed to be the Oratrice up here. This guillotine thingy. So, is she insinuating that the Oratrice also killed Egeria before this?
I beg your pardon?
You ship every character with yourself, don't you, Ritter Force?
Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed.
But I don't want you to die, Focalor. Why can't you just stay with Farina and share the same body?
I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Farina suffered?
Well, you didn't suffer, did you? You were working too from the oratories. Like you were there with in all of the trials and stuff.
My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the oratories.
Okay.
But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine.
Okay. Yeah, of course, Astolfo. How could anyone forget about you and Astolfo? Astolfo should always remain your number one.
The vast majority has been, had to be, accumulated to enact this death sentence.
Also, Redder Force, it's interesting how both characters that you ship yourself with are flat. Just, just an interesting thing I noticed.
It was all a part of your plan then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the oratories.
You know, the fact that she thought of doing all of this, of like even creating in Dementium in the first place, at least proves that she's a little bit smarter than the other Archons. Because the other Archons didn't do this. Even Nahida, she wasn't the one who thought up of like internet in Sumeru. I forgot what it's called. Akasha. Yeah, the one who figured that was Rukkhadevata. So the fact that Focalor and Farina figured out this whole energy thing for Fontaine, it really like shows that she is smarter, or at least as smart as the rest of the Archons.
But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia and breaking through the institution that is the Seven.
So you want to disband the Seven or something?
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon.
Okay, so Focalor isn't gonna die. She just wants to end... She doesn't want anyone else to become the Hydro Archon then? So she and Farina are gonna be the last Hydro Archon? She won't let someone else take over after this?
The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
Must be?
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course.
Oh! Right, if there's no Hydro Archon, there's no need for the Gnosis. And if there's no Gnosis, then the dragons would get their power back. Or at least just the Hydro Dragon if we destroy the Hydro Gnosis. Oh. Could that be the Saritsa's plan too? Her taking all of those Gnosis, or is just her way of reawakening the dragons, maybe?
In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet.
No, if this is the Saritsa's plan, then Farina Focalor is just speeding things up and letting the Hydro Dragon get their power first?
But...
That means no more Hydro Archon. So Farina and Focalor will just be normal Fontainians.
Oh, what? Getting sad again, are we?
So if Farina isn't a Hydro Archon anymore after this, does that mean that she can just live as a normal person? I mean, will she age normally like the other Fontainians?
The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
I mean, he's not exactly the sovereign. He's kind of like the reincarnation, I guess, kind of, technically.
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
No, don't sacrifice yourself, Focalor. There's no need. Just destroy the Gnosis. Give him back his power. There's no need for you to die.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked.
Of course, Red Air Force. As long as it's just petite and not, you know, child. As long as it's just the petite people that you like and not, you know, childlike people, then it's all good. Ah, her dress is so cool!
Hydro Dragon, don't cry.
Oh, were you the one who started that rumor for Fosslor?
I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime?
Even her little, like, foot bangle thingy. It looked so good. Even from this distance. Also, yeah, can't you judge Celestia? I mean, they basically destroyed whatever was Dragon Spine before this. Shouldn't they be guilty of that at least? And every other atrocity that they've done before this? What about Khaenri'ah, huh?
Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea. And the heavenly principle stole the power you ancient dragons possessed.
I'm guessing that's why Egeria was sentenced to death also, but she didn't exactly steal the power of the primordial sea, she just took a bit of it so she could turn some oceanids into people.
I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you?
Yeah, as long as it's just flat and short and not actual child, that is good. Then it's all good, Red Air Force.
Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin...
Yeah, but you did. The Hydro Archon didn't steal the power, though. She just took a bit of the water.
Then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice.
So she's saying that to balance things out, like for the Fontainians to have their sins forgiven, they'd have to give back the power that was stolen from the Hydro Dragon back to the Hydro Dragon.
In other words, existence was Egeria's justice, and to me, justice is the continuation of that existence.
Okay, but what are you gonna do about the whale, though? I almost forgot about the whale. How does this stop the whale?
Defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. That should be the justice enthroned over all others.
Yeah, they still... she still does not look like a child. She just has different proportions. As long as that's all, then it's good. Honestly, Red Air Force, I can see why. Because, like, for me at least, I also noticed that the more petite characters are also the characters that I really... whose, like, character designs that I really, really like. Not just for Hoyoverse stuff, too. Like, one of the characters that immediately pops into mind is Inu X Boku's Secret Service's Ririchio. I really like her character design and her, like, the outfits that she gets in the anime, they all look so good.
At this point,
she's also Farina-esque. She's flat
whether
and
it
small.
Be myself or all other Fontainians, have shouldered the burden of this sin for far too long.
Okay, so is she planning to, like, does she think that giving back the power of the Hydro back to Neuvillette could somehow be powerful enough to take on the whale then? I mean, we already did see him and Child fight the whale.
Our land. When you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign, what verdict shall you pass upon us?
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Eudex, I see now that that was your idea too.
Yeah, it was to make you, like, bond with the people of Fontaine, so that when the time comes, you won't have the heart to kill them.
At last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position.
Hey, he said the thing from the trailer.
In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel.
Better Force, at this point, it's a lot less an effort to just type in her actual name rather than Fosope's character, Genshin.
You are a devious one, Focalor.
Yeah, you're very, very smart. I like it.
Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
That was your plan all along. Look at this face, this smug face. She knew what she was doing. Oh.
The hour of my execution is almost here.
Come on, don't actually die.
The curtain call has come.
No,
I know
Focalor.
I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common.
What happened to Farina, though? Also, doesn't killing gods usually bring calamity?
I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Ah, she's so pretty. She is also very pretty. So is Farina gonna die too? No! At least it didn't end like the Salt God's death. So is Farina like brain dead now? No, Farina! Yeah, I wanted them to make Focalor a playable character. No.
I, Eudex Nouvelet, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
Oh. Yeah, it's always the characters that we like that die. Honestly, I blame Celestia. How dare they make her do this? No! Focalor, I was just getting attached to you! Oh, I see Linny at the back.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
I thought the death sentence was for Egeria, the past Hydro Archon. I didn't want it to be Focalor.
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
I'm guessing what Neuvillette did was like basically take out all of the primordial seawater from within the Fontanian people, maybe? Is that how they're gonna stop the whale?
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
Yeah, it's always the characters that we simp for that die, or at least have something really horrible happen to them. JJK.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Yeah, the whale is still a problem, I guess.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
Well...
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the Primordial Sea from that creature.
All right, Nubila, let's do
We
this.
should
Let's
seize
finish
the
this.
opportunity to pursue our quarry.
So she doesn't know? I guess Lumin was with Farina and not with Fossilor.
Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice.
Yeah, since Fossilor is gone, that means she's not in the oratories either. No!
The root of the calamities befallen
Fossilor!
Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring Narwhal.
And her design was so good too. They basically wasted it.
Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
Warriorverse loves doing this. They love making us attached, get attached to characters and then just kill them. The whale looks pretty though. Damn it. Where is it actually? What is this place?
But how are we going to do that?
Yeah, how?
I've already done my best to set.
Can I hit it? Okay, I can, kinda. I'm just tickling it. Great.
I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within.
Look for an opening. What opening? It's a whale! What opening?
Sorrow to hostility.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Stop moving. Stay still. I should have gotten another DPS.
The night is cold. Brace yourself.
I'm just tickling it. I'm doing literally no damage. Where are you? What? Oh, destroy. I don't have Numa or Sia.
Cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself.
Not now.
Wind strike.
Yeah, I should have gotten a Fontaine character with me. Damn it. I don't have any Fontaine characters built though. Now what? Oh. Oh, this music! Wait, what is this music? This isn't Genshin music. What?
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves. Adorn my
Ow.
Brace yourself. Cole, mine to command.
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear.
I don't have Numa or Sia.
My power to suppress
I don't have a Fontaine character.
one with nature.
Yeah.
Not now. Don't be scared.
As one with wind and cloud.
Time for takeoff. Here we go.
I don't have.
Yahoo!
Is this supposed to be Electro? It doesn't really look like Electro.
Retribution!
The night is cold. Cold. Mine to command. Here we go.
I don't have. Oh. Yeah, we got eaten like Geppetto and Pinocchio. Oh. Is it dead? Did we do it? Oh, not. Oh, we just made it angry. Hey! Child, and also your skirt! I thought you were Egeria. No, your skirt! No, wait, what? Did you just yeet him? Wait! You yeeted the child!
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but... oh well.
Are we not gonna mention that you yeeted the child?
It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime.
Master's pet? Okay, I know the child is her disciple, but who's supposed to be her master? Hello? You're not gonna introduce yourself, my lady?
Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
Give me a second to just appreciate all of this. Holy shit. She's got like little diamond thingies on her. Her color palette is amazing. What the fuck? They really put a lot of effort into you, didn't they, Skirk? Holy shit. I hope you're a playable character. I now see that Genshin is not above giving non-playable characters really great designs. I hope you become playable someday. Please be playable.
That power. Who are you exactly?
Also, what are you? And also, are you single?
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right?
You know what, Paimon? I'm amazed that you managed to figure it out. All on your own, actually. Wow.
It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
Yeah, the thigh gap is also amazing. But it doesn't hurt the fact that she's really nice to look at. Like, just her color palette is very soothing to me.
I simply did not have
Nice
anything to
angle.
say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world.
And did I really defeat it? I feel like all I did was tickle it. I really should build up my Fontanian characters then.
So you may speak to me as equals.
So, who's your master?
I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks.
Okay, she didn't really say the same thing as what it's written here, but still, her close-up. Even close-up, she looks so good. God damn.
All in all, it fails as a pet.
That was meant to be a pet?
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
Yeah, we were asking who your master was.
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation.
Yeah, her name is a little awkward to say, but maybe it sounds different in, like Chinese and Japanese, and also Korean.
So what sort of person is your master?
Her
Child's
heels!
master's master. Wait, is that right?
You mean the Grand Master? Her heels and her... I don't know what these are. Are those supposed to be stockings, but they're glowing and they look kinda anglish? Oh my god!
Oh, right. So
She
you
looks
don't
so good.
know him. Sorry, I assumed you did.
Wait, are you talking about my brother? Please don't say that Ether is your master or something.
His name is Sir
Oh, no.
Delogi.
Who the fuck?
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Sutology, never heard of her.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
No, but I love what you look like from the back. Okay, so she just has booty shorts, I guess, and also, like, I don't know what this is called, but her back is barely covered, and I love it. She looks so good.
The foul?
Yeah, never heard of him.
Still nothing? Well, how about the visionary? Vetterfalnir then? Or Gold Rhine-daughter?
Okay. Is she insinuating that all of these people are the same person? So the person who created Albedo is also Skirk's master and Child's grandmaster?
Ooh, that one we've heard. Rhine-daughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
She? Skirk called him a he.
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either.
Oh, so they're not the same person. I thought she meant that those people are just different names that her master has taken. Okay. Honestly, at this point, even I want to see her without clothes. Oh my god, she looks so good from every angle!
But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhine-daughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Okay, they're not the same person, they just have the same goals and principles?
Wait, didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name.
Honestly, Paimon, neither did I. I'm having such a hard time focusing.
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you.
She looks so good.
That the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you.
So, it's not dead?
Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest.
I don't know if you heard that, but I think my neighbor is moving some stuff. Sounded like something fell.
As such, the fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos.
Yeah, in your room specifically. Yeah, my room isn't really suited for guests right now. And she only deserves the best. Look at her from this angle. Oh my god! I can't get over her, like, sleeves and thigh highs. What are those? It looks so good.
In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
Okay.
What?
So, Fontaine will still flood. I'm guessing it's just that Nervillet made sure that the people won't turn into water too.
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
Focalor, rest in power.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne.
Okay, so the flood was just caused by the narwhal dying.
Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Or the flood could have come because, you know, they killed a god. What about all the people who can't swim though? Like, it's good that they didn't dissolve, but I'm sure that some people did die too. Hey! Risey's boat. It flies!
All hands initiate emergency rescue! Hurry!
Yeah, they're just showing able-bodied men. What about all of the old people and the children? Okay, there are some kids, good. But yeah, I'm guessing some people are dead. Unless the people of Fontaine can breathe in water?
Look! The water's receding!
They're not even wet! Their clothes are dry!
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
This music is very cinematic. Like, it sounds like something you'd hear from a movie.
Are you right?
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
Yeah, where is all of the water going? Is it just drying up? Or did Neuvillette do something? Yeah, Furina's still around, but Fostelor isn't. Aw. I was hoping they could share the same body or something.
Renewed. The Spina Rasula packs post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Spina Rasula, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future.
No, Furina, yeah, I think Furina is still around, it's just that she's not a god anymore. And, like, she doesn't have the Fostelor personality in her. Aww.
Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it. Skyship Winglet, booner brain of the Fontaine Research Institute.
Yeah, it's just Fosa Mommy is gone, but Furina Girly is still around. One is better than none, true.
The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Jurier turning out to be a once-overlooked hidden gem.
I still can't get over the fact that the ship flies.
People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team.
Also, didn't they basically just waste a lot of resources to build this huge flying ship? All for like 5 minutes of use? Because immediately after they got it out of the water just receded. They basically just wasted a lot of money, didn't they? Money, time, and effort.
Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia? They sound like real big shots.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down.
Yeah, Paimon, don't question it. Just accept the fact that everyone's alive now.
The value for these
Thank
big
God.
scoops lies in their inevitable
Thank Furina.
follow-ups.
Thank
We'll publish
Fostelor.
other reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
This is all good and well and stuff, but what happened to Furina? Is she still, like, acting as Fontaine's god? Or are they just gonna let her live her life as she pleases now? Or what? What are you gonna do with her?
Curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish? What's there to be curious about?
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
Oh, right, you still haven't gotten your interview with Risley.
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down several times already?
Honestly, you just need to get him some really, really expensive tea. Then he'll do pretty much anything for you.
Oh, this time will be different. Come on! Let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll only know when you get there.
Like, what happened to Farina? What are you gonna do to her? What happened to her? What did you do to her? What is that? Where is it? Tears Amongst the Stars. Okay, so it's from the whale. Not reading that now. Later. Poisson. Yeah, it did have a pretty good ending. Also, it introduced Skirk, which is always a plus. So we just said bye to her and just left her there. Also, where did she yeet Child? Is he okay? Is he alive? We went through all that trouble going into prison to find him, only to find out that he's been playing with a whale this whole time. Oh, Patui. Hello.
Navia!
Hello.
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Oh, the Fatui are here too.
I'm guessing the people of Fontaine won't are gonna have a better like attitude for Tui compared to the rest of Tevat.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Nave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work.
Yeah, apparently no one else in the game cares about Child either. No one's asking what happened to him.
Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Yeah, it sucks for the first few people who got turned into water then.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats.
Oh, Charlotte, you got a fan?
But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I'm sorry, but your silver eyebrows are like taking me out. Dude. I know you were born with that, but can't you put on, like, maybe black brow powder or something? I don't know, it looks weird.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
Yeah, how's your boss?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Yeah, the NPCs in Genshin are mostly hit or miss. Never in between.
Huh? You're here too, Clorinde?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss
Oh.
Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
Of course she came here for you, Navia. What did you think she was here for? Also, there's more octopuses in basins, buckets. What are they supposed to be? And why are they in there?
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Yeah, you killed him.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor, for Navia's sake?
Yeah, for Navia, Cloran, for Navia.
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Clorand, at any rate.
You're not gonna let Charlotte, tease your girl, Navia?
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up. And smile.
Wait, why is Paimon in the center?
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
You're
Not
always
bad.
plain line.
Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You know, Charlotte, if she didn't have the hat, she would look a lot like Asta. Like if you replace the hat
You're
with
very
Asta's hairpin.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key.
Also, without this weird monocle thingy. That thing doesn't even have a glass in it. Charlotte, why are you wearing it?
Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Clarand.
Just until this quest is over. Looks like it's gonna be over soon anyway. After this, I'm gonna go look for a new phone.
Wow.
I still can't get over the fact that my phone's
never
still
say
high.
die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervillet, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
You're still here,
All
NPC
Monsieur
guy?
Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Ridesley will make a personal appearance.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
Ooh, free drinks. Okay, so anything else?
You seem curious about the fortress.
Of course. That Risley. I still remember going down to the fortress to grill him for information on my father's case. Boy, did he take me for a ride. Without telling me anything, of course.
I hope that taking you for a ride wasn't a euphemism for something, Navia.
But he did invite you to tea, didn't he?
No need to be jealous, Clorin.
2 large pots of it, in fact. It was good tea, though.
Oh, okay. Have fun. Honestly, in game, I don't really know a lot of games where the gender matters, but I hope you have fun with whatever you're gonna play.
I have to agree. The tea there is very good.
Speaking of that, would you like to have some today? I mean, you've got time, right?
You're really gonna ask her out on a date? Right in front of my salad? Really?
Well, I'd be partial to some shortbread.
Wow, it's like we've got a menu or something. Sure.
Good.
Oh, you want me to choose for you? Honestly, I usually choose a male, especially if that male character is taller, just because I feel like it's a lot more satisfying to walk around with long legs. The only reason I chose Lumine this time is because Ether isn't that much taller than her. Oh, so is it like Tales of Xillia, where you can choose as either like the female or male character and the plot is a little different depending on which? In which case, yeah, go for the male.
What flavor of biscuits would you like, Mr. Snezhevich?
Oh, there's no need to ask for a third wheeler, Navia.
Me?
Just go on your date.
I'm fine with anything. But I would prefer chocolate, should you have it.
Okay, so yeah, if there's not much different in their movesets, then then go for the girl then. Girls are prettier to look at. It's just that they usually make the boys taller. Which I still prefer. Make the girls taller too. I want to be able to feel... I want to feel tall sometimes.
Alright. Leave it to me.
Scarlet Nexus. Never heard of it, but you can tell me about it later. I hope you have fun.
I'll go over the newly arrived supplies with you later, Mr. Snezhevich. We should be able to finish the preparatory work today.
That works great for me.
Is it just me, or did you get a new lipstick?
Oh my god. Navia, calm down.
I did. It was a gift from Sijuin. Want to give it a try? I think the color would suit you too.
Oh my god, the flirting is on. Really? Right in front of my salad? Both of you? Really? Well, I guess we're going to prison again. Wait, let me see which... Okay. Okay, bye, Reddit Force. Have fun. I'll be coming back tomorrow for Star Rail, so I'll see you then, hopefully.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
I feel like...
Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
I feel like the music for this isn't really all that suitable. Especially for the mood in the quest at this point.
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
You sound like you have a problem with her.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
That's why you got a problem with her. She keeps badgering you for interviews.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Oh?
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
I don't see why not.
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Oh, that's why.
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you then?
Maybe they just feel uncomfortable because they're still convicts?
No,
Kinda?
I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
You know what? Why hasn't the Steambird interviewed Neuvillette or Furina now? I want to know what they're doing.
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on.
Okay.
The boat that brought about a miracle. The ark that saved the people.
For like 5
you
minutes.
created a myth back there, like an emissary of legend. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Oh yeah, what did you do with it?
Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory.
Ah.
I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
Charlotte, stop. He's gonna throw you out. Lumine, speak, please.
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
You really don't want that interview, huh, Riley?
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before.
Honestly, I like seeing Rising again, but I'm not interested in this. I want to know what happened to Neuvillette and Furina.
Oh, seems like everyone's
Hey,
here.
Citrin.
Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
That depends. Did you poison it?
Ah, Sijuin.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse?
Did Citrin even do anything during the...
Sure.
The
Miss
thing,
Sijuin, over
the
this
catastrophe?
way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Actually, I didn't see any Melazines being saved during the cutscene just now. Can Melazines even swim?
Sure. Do I have to smile?
I guess we'll find out whenever Sijuin is released. We'll see if she can dive and stuff.
So, how have things been at the
Same old, looks like.
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurier? Miss Lurvine?
I wonder if them helping out and saving some Fontainians somehow reduced their sentence.
You're
That
too
would be fair,
kind,
right?
Sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
Yeah, I think they're just jealous that he was allowed to say no and they weren't.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two.
Hey!
I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh?
Excuse me.
Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
So he's still missing? Child, come on!
Win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Understandable. But okay, so Child's okay then?
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
Change in what way?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Okay, so there's still no news on what's gonna be done with Farina?
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Please let me tell me that we're gonna go see Novelette now.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
Bye,
There'll
Risley.
be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then.
You really
All
are
right,
desperate for that
last
interview,
stop,
huh?
the docks.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
You know, I'd love to see you in one of Charlotte's photo shoots one day.
You and me both.
Is that really necessary? Our line of work doesn't really require much photographing.
Honestly, I can really relate to Risley now. Even during my cousin's ceremony, I only took pictures once. Okay, twice technically. That's it. That's all.
It's precisely because we don't need the picture that they'll have value as keepsakes. We don't really look all that opposed to the idea, you know?
Oh, is she just saying no just to rile Charlotte up? Is that
Maybe
it?
I'm just happy that I managed to once again avoid the spotlight. I think this interview went well either way.
Yes, you successfully kept prying eyes away by using Mr. Jurier and Miss Lurvine as shields. Very good.
Sejuin's on to you.
You should be happy for them. They have a bright future ahead of them.
Yeah, after they've left prison. You mean, they're still inmates. So, yeah, bye-bye, you two. Oh, didn't mean to do that. The docks. Here. The Samaritan Harbor. Nivelet. This way? Oh, no. The other side. No? Where am I going? Alright, heal. Heal! Heal me! Okay. Where are you, Novelette? Here? Oh no, it's Linny, Lynette, and everyone else. And Femine, sorry.
I didn't see them! They really are here! How did you know?
She called ahead, Paimon.
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together.
Aw, that's nice of them.
Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Oh, now that the prophecy's over, people want the pockets?
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you.
Trick a friend? I wonder which of my friends would fall for that.
Why are you looking at me? No. No, Charlotte. Bad Charlotte.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
You mean someone who can't say no?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest,
Aw,
that
don't
sounds
pick on
pretty
the
sweet.
Fremine.
Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
You sure are working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Aw, that's cute.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself.
Oh,
in the future,
penguin
I
first?
think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
You're gonna prioritize the penguin?
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Why not? They don't have to know he's a diver.
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
So,
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how have things been, Traveler?
It's been okay. It would be better if I could see where Neuvillette and Farina went.
Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
I like how they keep putting father in quotes as if we can't tell that he's talking about, about the knave. Speaking of which, I wonder when we'll get her as playable soon, because they keep putting her, like, her vision right in our face. I guess they want us to know that she's gonna be a pyro character after this, even though we've never really played her. I wonder, maybe we won't get Arlecchino for Fontaine. Maybe we'll get her in Natlan.
That's alright. We were more than happy to help. So, what's she doing now?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well...
Did she leave for Shneznaya already?
After Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
Okay. Again, the Fatui got the Gnosis, but the Gnosis is pretty much useless now, right? All of its power has gone back to Neuvillette, so...
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
Yes,
it's
I
useless
was
now,
quite
Paimon, don't
surprised
worry.
at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down.
Honestly, it's kind of stupid that they call him Lord Child instead of Lord Tartaglia. It's like Tartaglia is his official Fatui Harbinger title, and Child was just something that he called himself while in Liyue. So, like, why?
Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Yeah, that she did.
That's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit irresponsible?
Well, not if the Gnosis is pretty much useless now. So yeah, I can understand why Neuvillette gave it to them.
It seems that Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
Speaking of Gnosis, we still don't really know what Nahida traded the Gnosis for, right? Was it really just so that we, just for the knowledge that we're the fourth descender? Really? That was all? That was worth a whole ass Gnosis?
So there's some reason for this that only Neuvillette knows about?
Yeah, the reason being that the Gnosis is useless now.
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah, yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the Fortress of Meripede a while back.
Okay, great. Let me go to him.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? topic. The Gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say
Yeah,
that
where
he's
is he?
returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his
Oh,
wounds.
okay.
I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
One of your war buddies, sure. Also, like, do we still have his vision? I thought we were gonna have a scene where we give it back to them. Where we give it back to him, sorry. So, we're just gonna be holding on to it until we see him next time?
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
Yeah, I'm as surprised as you are.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Arlecchino? Arlecchino? Yeah!
Father!
Haven't seen you in a while, Arlecchino.
Well, well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the Traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
Good to know.
Are you going to take the Gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
Can you at least show us the Gnosis first? I want to see what the Hydro Gnosis looks like.
That is our duty as Harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks.
Okay.
Switching my masks is something I've always done.
Okay, my theory is that she needs the Gnosis to get the Saritsa off her back, because I can't imagine how helping Fontaine and trying to keep it from drowning is part of the Saritsa's plan. So if she brings back the Gnosis, then the Saritsa probably won't mind that she did all this, or whatever else she's gonna do in the future, maybe?
Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever?
Okay.
As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners.
Cool, that means we get to see you again.
A vision?
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
I thought we'd have like a scene where we could just give it back to him ourselves. Oh well.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You're...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
That's cute.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Okay, bye.
Farewell, Father.
Bye.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
I mean, we already have our inventory.
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets.
Okay.
I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your fated friends.
The little shimmer in the water here looks very pretty. It's so cute.
All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
Okay. Bye.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see what Neverlette's doing? As long as he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anyway.
Where are Linny and Lynette? We can't speak to them anymore? Sorry. Guess not. Alright then. Neverlette, where are you? He's back here, right?
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
Let's go! Oh yeah, I still haven't taken... I'll get it later.
So, you really are here, Nervalette! Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Right, time to have to do our end of quest conversation.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all.
I'm guessing he's got a lot of work to do now that Farina is
Actually saved.
out of commission, I guess.
Mystery to us.
It is strange
This
how
music is a
words
little
can
too
often
loud.
leave a
I
bitter
should do
taste
something
in the
about it
mouth
later.
when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Okay. Yeah, I should change the volume up for the music later. It's a little too loud for me.
Whoa. So that's what happened? Fossilor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign.
Yeah, I guess you don't really count as an impure Hydro Dragon anymore, huh?
But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
He just forgave them?
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element.
Okay.
Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics.
I still don't see how that's a sin, okay?
But so
But
long
okay,
as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet.
Okay, so I was right. He did basically just take out the primordial seawater from in their veins.
In other words, when I
was in their
gave my
veins.
verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
And they won't turn back into oceanids.
Fossilor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone.
Also, it's interesting how the Gnosis didn't give Fossilor, like the Hydro Archon, the power to do that in the first place. So even though we, or at least the Archons, have the Hydro Dragon's powers basically in their hands, they can't really use all of it, huh?
Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Fossilor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too!
Yeah, she basically finished Egeria's job for her.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask.
Yeah, by the way, you know anything about my brother?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal.
So that was his fault?
But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the trial,
Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
whether it was due
Yeah,
to
I can say it
liability by
now.
association or
I can say the full name
Fossilor
now.
deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
I think it's the former.
Guess Fossilor had Fontanians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans.
Yeah. She's
hang
awesome.
on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontanians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
I'm guessing yes.
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontanians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Uh-huh.
Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual.
Oh.
Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Huh. Okay.
Paimon sorta gets it now. Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Yeah.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Farina has already left. What's that all about?
Where'd she leave to?
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House.
Where'd she go?
I related Focalor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
So she really is just an ordinary human now? Cool.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
Oh yeah, where does she live now then?
You need not worry.
We got a
I will
teapot.
make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel.
Aw.
In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
Aww.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
You're just gonna keep being the Udex?
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function.
Yeah.
This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
Yeah, so that meins you're still gonna keep being the Udex?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person.
Okay.
Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
Ah.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it?
Yeah, and there's no more Hydro Archon. And I guess also no more faith.
Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
Yeah, what?
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Okay, that's convenient, but sure.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Yeah, I wonder what the other dragons could do. Do they also have like separate alignments and stuff?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, so you gave away the Gnosis.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Or something.
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis.
True. Like for once, Child helped with the crisis instead of causing it. Well, no,
His
actually,
sole
he did
remaining
cause
goal
it.
in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power.
Yeah, I mean, you already have all of the Gnosis's power.
As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine.
And also, yeah, it doesn't have power because it doesn't have, because you took it, and it doesn't have an Hydro Archon for people to put faith in. So it can't make the Indenium anymore. So yeah, it's basically useless.
If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
I guess that's one way to look at it, maybe.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Also, how do you know that whatever intentions they have with the Gnosis won't somehow affect Fontaine later?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Now, about my brother.
You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume?
Yeah.
I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
Okay.
A nation of dragons? You mean like you?
I don't think he means like the sovereigns.
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there.
Okay.
Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity.
Oh, so are they gonna look like the Video Adara from Star Rail?
Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame.
I hope that their war looks a little more impressive than it did in Inazuma.
There is one other
Where,
piece
like,
of
5
information I
people
got
died,
incidentally
that's it.
from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you. The Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
Okay, so we're gonna meet the Capitan then. Also, are we gonna meet Jean's boss? I forgot what he's called. The Grandmaster of the excuse me, the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius? Because like last we heard he was traveling with the captain, but then again they did separate, or maybe the captain will tell us about the Grandmaster then. I forgot his name. Varka, right.
The captain. Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui Harbinger doing their thing.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you.
Cool, thanks.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
I'm pretty sure that's all.
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the Gnosis.
Okay.
When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed.
So you didn't want to give away the Gnosis before this?
We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
Oh?
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface.
Ah.
It went something like this.
You talked to Skirk without me? How dare you? I wanted to see more of Skirk. Do we get to see more? My back hurts. I'm old.
We're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet?
They're not even gonna show us get yeeted out the portal. Okay.
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference.
Okay.
I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend.
Okay, so Neverlette's cursed too.
I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Ah, of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains of the third descender.
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Oh. So the Gnosis are remains of one of the descenders? Maybe Celestia also like went after them, killed them, and then turned them into Gnosis and used them to hold the dragon's powers?
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me.
No, she wasn't talking about Focalor.
But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him.
Okay, so are you human then, maybe?
It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans.
Okay, so you're not human then. You're talking about humans like they're a separate entity.
Regardless, you should probably get rid of
she's so pretty.
objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you.
She's so pretty, it's unfair.
To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
Okay. So, is it like Jujutsu Kaisen then? No?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, explain yourself better.
No need to
skirt.
fret. These are just my personal thoughts. And my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
Because you think the surface world sucks?
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know.
Well, that's convenient.
If you're interested, though, I could ask him.
Oh?
I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Okay.
Next time?
So your master's still
You
alive?
believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
So, do you regularly visit Child then? Oh. Hello? And we're back?
That's
yeah?
what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
Okay.
The remains of the third descender?
And we're the fourth. Hopefully no one tries to kill us and turn us into Gnosis.
So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
Okay, that's
and
disturbing.
She said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
I'm guessing maybe the Gnosis are just Celestia's way of, like, keeping tabs on the Archons, but... So maybe that's the misfortune then? Having Celestia constantly watch over you?
If she
watch
speaks
over
the
your
truth,
shoulder?
then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here.
Okay. But then why would the Saritsa be gathering all of these misfortunes? Okay, no Caesars. Yeah, they're from the Descenders. Yeah, the third Descender is dead already.
I guess that you might already be familiar with his concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third Descender.
I'm guessing that the third Descender could have also used multiple elements, just like the Traveler does.
I wonder. Does your body also possess similar properties?
Please don't try to kill me just to test that theory. Don't try to kill me and turn me into another Gnosis. Gnosis?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right?
Yeah.
No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy.
Yeah, like you're trying to, like wait for me to die.
Comparing the Traveler to the dead third Descender and all.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna die that easily.
But this topic still feels like bad luck.
Yeah, don't jinx it. Let's not jinx it.
Out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
How can we find Skirt though?
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yeah.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
I guess, yeah, she just wanted to be a normal human again. She didn't want to be a
That
god.
would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops.
Okay.
Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all.
Sure, I guess.
And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
Masquerade of the Guilty. Quest completed. Well, anything else, Nicolette?
It seems from your expressions that you still have more. Ask away.
Okay,
I will
guess
tell
not.
you the truth as I know it. I suggest that you fully prepare.
And it's done. It's over. Ah, that was good. I mean, the entirety of Fontaine's Archon Quest is really, really good. God damn. I am at a loss for words. Honestly. I have too many thoughts right now. I can't really think of what to say other than it was really good. I really, really love Farina, and I can't wait to do her story quest, but maybe some other time. But that was so good. Okay, first off, let me get this thing right here. Where is it? Oh, there. Yeah. So, anyway, I will come back tomorrow to do Star Rails 1.5. So, until then, I hope you have a good rest of your day and a good night's sleep whenever you are. So bye-bye. Okay, I'm done. I'm down. Bye. Bye.